most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi folks, Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Mike Keenet's PT assistant.
And together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
There you go, Mike. Today's episode is understanding spinal decompression using an inversion table. And will it work for you? You're going to understand it as get some answers for this. So hold on for just a second as we
talk about our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you are new to our channel. You can also check us out on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for 60-second versions of us. Go to Facebook. Pinned at the top will be our giveaway, which I'll get to in a second. And you can also go to bobbrad.com to register for it.
Oh, our website.
Our website.
Absolutely. And the giveaway is
the Flige what are these?
Suspension straps.
Suspension straps.
Excellent workout. Good for arms, legs, and core. I really enjoy working with them. Okay, let's carry on with the product at hand and the whole system. So understanding why this can take care or delete, or does it actually work, take care of your back pain, we're going to cover that. How it works is traction or decompression, which really is the same thing.
Yep.
And we're going to look at that closer using the spine. If we look at the spine, oftentimes, particularly with sciatica, we're going to be dealing with a bulging disc. Now, if you have tight muscles, this also can be helpful just for relaxing the muscles. Mm-hmm. But we're going to look at the bulging disc. Where's my pen? Oh, there
over
it is.
There.
Thank you.
Right where the spine was.
Yep. So here we have, what have we got? L3, L4, and there's a bulging disc here pushing on the nerve, causing back pain and sciatica all the way down the leg. Now, that bulge, if we can centralize it or reduce it, medically speaking, we want to get it to
go back in.
There you go. So if we actually could pull the vertebra, here, you can hold that. There we go. If we can pull the vertebra apart, allowing space for the bulge to go back in, that is good.
Typically reduces the pain you are experiencing from sciatica or wherever it may be causing.
Right. Now, what used to happen back in the day when I was early into therapy, there wasn't inversion tables, but they had traction machines where you would lay down. We should call them devices. Machine sounds a little...
They still have them.
Industrial. But if you could pull that, they would have a device where they connect up your waist and connect up your trunk or your torso.
And you lay it on a big table.
And it would pull... and you would get relief. And if you got relief, you know you're doing the right thing.
Yep.
And you typically lay there for 15 to 20 minutes on a certain protocol prescribed by the therapist or the doctor. All right. So how do we do this without an expensive device? We found out the inversion table can work out very well. And these become more popular over the last 5 or 10 years.
Yes. This is a teeter table. They have different versions. We have one of the higher end models here. This one just has a bigger base of support. It also comes with a few adjustable features compared to the other ones, but they all work well.
Right. And I used to have an inversion table. It worked well on my spine for about 2.5 years with spondylolisthesis. Then it stopped working and I actually sold it on the used market. That worked out well. But these are, I test, very top quality. You're going to be happy with how it's built, mechanics, and the whole works. So before we get into that, I did do a little research, Mike. I want to share this with people. There's a nice research study done. People who had sciatica, a bulging disc, according to the MRI, and they split it into 2 groups. One group had therapy exercises alone. The other group had the same therapy exercises with the inversion table treatment. What they found out was the people who had the inversion table, by the way, all these people were cited for surgery.
Oh.
The people who did this, it was a significant difference of people who used the inversion table did not have the surgery.
Well, that's good.
Evidence that it works. Mayo Clinic, I looked at them. They also said they're very consistent with reducing back pain, but then they're saying not for long term. In other words, you might need to use it for maintenance, which I've had patients own one, and they say they love it because they invert, they decrease the pain, it lasts, but not forever. You know,
it's
so
not
they
a
have to.
long-term solution.
Right, exactly. And should I let you talk? I just been babbling on here. I get that
Go
way.
ahead.
Okay, so why don't we demo?
Okay. So to get into these, you have to first step in. Obviously, if your back is hurting, you might have to have someone bend down to push this close. You want it tight. You don't want it so tight your ankles are uncomfortable. So I'm just going to snap it in. That feels tight for me. It's adjustable. We have this preset to my height. We also have the strap in here, so it will not fully invert. You can fully invert. We do not recommend it.
Right.
Full inversion is honestly used more for exercises, which we've showed in previous videos in the past. But this is set up, so all I'm going to do is lean back. And as soon as I lean back, I'm going to get to a neutral position. And this is set up for me for my height and my weight. You're going to have to mess with it. Brad and I are the same height, but I'm a little more top heavy than him, so I have to set it up a little different than him. And as you can see, if I bend my knees, I start to come back down. If I straighten, go back this way, I'll go neutral, start in neutral, and then to actually invert, I'm going to start raising my arms up above my head, and down I go.
And at this point, as the weight of his arms, head, and trunk offer that traction. And Mike, as the person using it, as the patient, if you will, needs to learn to relax the abdominal muscles and the core muscles, and that allows that traction to occur. And if you got that bulging disc, allow that to centralize, go back in. Or if it's just relaxing the muscles, you have to kind of learn how to relax. Or in your breathing, you feeling okay, Mike?
Yep.
Also, if you have arthritis in your back and the facet joints, that can gap those and allow that synovial fluid to get in, reducing the pain. And Mike's going to come back up.
And also, if you had any type of back surgery, you probably should not do an inversion table. Check with your doctor.
Exactly.
And some people, like, it's so bad, like, getting into this is uncomfortable. So it's not for everyone. You can definitely go to a store. Isn't that what you did when you tried
Well,
it out?
that's right. I do want to say there's a few instances of, well, you're not going to be a candidate for the inversion table with some medical issues. Number one, if you have glaucoma.
Yeah.
The pressure in your eyes goes up when you invert. And if you have any eye problem, make sure you check with your doctor or your the eye doctor. But glaucoma is a... What are you laughing at?
The eye doctor or the eye doctor.
Did I say that?
Yes. Optometrist, is that what they're called?
There you go. Heart conditions. If you have blood pressure problems, any cardiac problems, make sure you check with that doctor. If you recently or in the past have had a stroke, hiatal hernia, because you don't want the pressure and that to change and irritate that.
Yep.
Or if you're pregnant.
Yep, or high blood pressure, hypertension is also a precaution.
Didn't I say that?
I think you skipped that one.
All right. So what I did is I went to a store that had them, and I tried it. You're only going to, and my recommendation, you're only going to use these is if they offer relief while you're doing it, as well as after you get off and walk around and for the next few hours. In other words, it could feel good while you're inverting, and then when you get up and walk around, oh man, that was not the right thing to do. That's the problem.
Yes.
You're not going to use one. If you invert and you're going to not invert too long the first time. The first time I did it, I was inverted for about 5 minutes. I thought if 1 minute is good, 5 is better. Well, my back was feeling good, but I got a headache for the rest of the night, and I inverted too steep. So I recommend 60 degrees at the most, and this is about 60, maybe a little less.
This strap is adjustable.
Right, exactly.
Allow them to go further back or less.
There you go. Now, you're going to say, well, what if I can't find a store, particularly now with COVID going on? You can buy one of these from Teeter. You got a 60-day trial. If you're not happy with it in 60 days, full money back guarantee.
Yep. If you go through the link we put in the description, you do get a bit of a discount as well.
Right. And that'll be below the video.
Yeah.
So there we go. Understanding spinal decompression or traction as it is described here. I really hope number of people, I've used them. They are valid and they're useful, and I really hope that we help straighten this out in your head.
And your back.
Can we delete this last part? Thank you very much.
Thanks.